to scream while I'm talking, so I'm probably going to stand over here a lot just so that he doesn't do that. So have you all decorated eggs and done all the fun tables that are around the zoo? No? They have some cool tables set up with crafts, and some of the tables have weird eggs on them. Yeah, those eggs are not as weird as the ones at the other table, but there's one that's all reptile eggs. So we have a few animals for our show, and I was thinking that you guys could help me figure out what kind of egg they hatched out of. You guys think you could do it? Yeah. Okay, are you ready for the first animal? Yeah. Okay, here's our first one. I have some eggs up here, so we'll try and figure out which of these he hatched out of.
Your babies.
Oh, now this guy's name is Jabba. Jabba the Hutt, and you'll know why we called him that. This is Jabba. Jabba is an African bullfrog. So Jabba's going to come through the audience so you can see him up close, and I'm going to hold up some eggs here, and I want you guys to tell me if you can figure out which one Jabba hatched out of. Do you think Jabba hatched out of this one? No, Jabba, when Jabba hatched out, he was much smaller than this, right? Okay. Who says uh-huh? Do you think he hatched out of this wrinkly one? How about, oh, look at this one. How about this one? It looks like an avocado. No? Okay. What about, oh, look at this one, you guys. This one's got spots on it. What about that one? You think he hatched out of that one? Wait, we got one more to look at. Yeah! Yes! Can you guys see it? It looks like a little marble, doesn't it? Yeah. This is what amphibian eggs looks like. Amphibian eggs don't have a shell on them. So the cool thing about frog eggs is that when you look inside the egg, you can see the little baby tadpole inside growing because there is no shell. Really cool, huh? So, you guys want to feel the eggs? Yeah. Okay, so while I talk, I'll walk around. Now, these bounce. They're not real eggs, because if we all touched them, then they wouldn't hatch. So, but if you take your finger and just kind of stir them, you can feel them. They're really deep, but they bounce, so we want to be careful. And it's just water in here. There's nothing yucky. Those are not your eggs. Oh, speaking of his eggs.
Oh my goodness, from Jabba. Wow, huge. Thanks.
So, now the cool thing about frogs is that they have a whole process they go through called metamorphosis. So, when the frog hatches out of his egg, he doesn't look like Jabba. He looks like a little tadpole. And tadpoles kind of live like fish. They swim around and they breathe underwater with gills. They eat underwater, they sleep underwater, they don't squawk like noisy birds. And as they're growing, they start to change. So what happens first when the tadpole starts to change? Their tail starts to shrink, that's right. What else happens?
Well, they start to get into a frog shape.
They start making a frog shape. What grows first?
What grows first?
The tail shrinks, and then what? And then they start growing legs. Now the cool thing about frogs that we can't see is when their gills are disappearing, they're actually growing something inside their body. They're growing lungs. Very good. Because if you're going to come out of the water and hop around, you've got to breathe the air, right? Gills are no good for the air, so they have to grow lungs. That's amazing. That's like me growing another stomach. I know I could fill it up if I could just grow one, but that's not going to happen, is it? All right, are you guys ready for another creature? Yeah. All right. Are you all done with him? No? Okay. So while she's doing that one, I'm going to go get the next one and talk to you about him. And that way you guys can continue to feel the frog eggs, because they're pretty cool. Now this next guy, you You're going to have to help me identify what kind of creature this is. Because he's kind of strange looking. His name is Liberace.
Liberace?
And he's from France. He's a little bit on the fancy, prissy side.
Ah, you're right. Oh, you're right.
So, who knows what this is? Can anybody tell me what kind of creature this is? What is he? Ooh, that's a good guess. What is he?
Rooster. That's okay.
A rooster. Very good. So roosters are what kind of creature? Is it a macaw? Is it a cat? What is it? Oh, that noisy bird. It's a what? He's a bird. What kind of bird is he? A chicken. That's right. You know, you probably think like chicken too. Noisy bird. Does anybody have one of these as a pet? This is why we don't get these as pets. We like to do that all the time. So this is Liberace, and the reason why Lou is being like this is because he's jealous. He doesn't like when I hold other birds. Hey, don't eat my microphone. So Liberace was a rooster. Roosters are boy chickens. What do we call girl chickens? Hey, very good. Okay, so I got kind of a trick question for you guys. Liberace is going to go through the audience as soon as he's comfortable. Oh, hold on, his wing is.
He's never going to get comfortable.
All right, here he comes. He's very nice. You can touch him on his back with 2 fingers. As soon as he quits kicking. So don't touch up by his face because he might think your fingers are a microphone. Now, Liberace, what kind of eggs does he lay? He doesn't. Why not? Because he's a boy. That's right. Only males lay eggs. But he did hatch out of one. Yes. Do you think it looked like his egg? No. I wonder if we can figure out what kind of egg Liberace hatched out of. Do you think he hatched out of this one?